Guys, welcome back. Just wanted to post a quick video just wanted to talk about how to pass a prop firm challenge. I feel like I have a pretty good idea on certain things people should avoid, do, and just understanding the prop firm space a little better from what I know. Um, I feel like I've done this for quite a bit, and lately the results that I've been getting is just a product of the past 4 or 5 years that I've been trading. And I've been trading for 5 years around there, and it's been quite a journey. So honestly, if I could go back and honestly have a little bit of mentorship, I don't know, a little bit of more knowledge on how to approach these challenges, I feel like I could have done a little way better and save more money, be more patient with them, and honestly just be a better funded trader, you could say, right? In my next videos, I will be talking about how to manage personal capital. I'm gonna start a series where I'll be, turning 500 into who knows how much, right? By the end of the year, and that's a long-term kind of thing. But from my last video, I did talk that I basically went from $300 all the way to 29,000 or so in my funded account. And basically, in order for me to have had turned $300 into 29 something K, it was insane. And honestly, I feel like that was the biggest proof that my skill is paying off, right? So let's get to it, right? I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna go through these slides. I just created a quick slideshow just so I know what to talk about, where to, just explain a couple of things, right? Okay, so next one, you know, so on this one, just wanted to show the proof, right? Why would I be talking if I don't have the proof, right? Honestly, I feel like I've done this for quite a bit, and honestly, I've had great results, right? As you guys can see, I got some certificates. I only posted the ones that I could find right now, real quick. Obviously, I got way more from other companies, right? But honestly, these are my favorite firms right now. Obviously, I've been paid out by one, two, three, four. So I've been paid out by four of those firms, right? I'm just waiting to pass my phase two on my funded FX, but the deposits are here, the deposits are there. Cool. I've had my deposits, right? Proof is there. So I know what I'm talking about. So let's get to it. Next one. Okay. When you approach these challengers, right? Why are you trying to pass them? Why are you trying to buy a funded account? Why? Tell me. Why are you trying to pass it? When I first started, obviously, but when I first started, the only way to go was personal capital, right? But honestly, right now it's been a little easier with these firms, helping us in a way where you can basically monetize your skill, right? But right now, the prop firm space, 99% of traders lose still, right? With all this help, all these opportunities, right? People still lose. How did I become that one little percentage to make some profits out of it? They say not a lot of people make money, right? In the funded space. But I've been able to get some profits out of it, right? And life's good right now. And well, I just want to become a better trader, better person, better fighter, better everything, right? But why do you want to pass it? Right? Is it financial goals? Is trading really your passion? Are you just doing it because you see it on social media? Um, do you think it's easier than like growing your personal capital, right? And right here on the fourth one, like trend, are you just doing it because everyone else is doing it, right? And will you put pressure on trading to pay bills, right? So the first one, let's go back to it a little bit, right? Financial goals, right? Everyone has financial goals. Everyone wants to be financially free, right? Everyone wants to make 10K, five-figure months, right? But do you have what it takes, right? Do you have that patience? Do you have that skill? Do you have that consistency yet, right? It has taken me a while to get to this consistency, like basically consistency. Honestly, it's taken a while, and honestly, I still have my battles here and there, right? But it's paying off, right? Is trading your passion? Why did you come across this field, right? Out of all the things you could have done real estate, you could have done sales, you could have done all this and that, right? You could have sold some other shit, right? Created your own business in some other space, right? Why trading? All right. I started trading because honestly, I remember I saw Snapchat on this one guy who bought his parent, he retired his parents, he flew them out, right? And basically, he was taking care of his parents, right? He was making these millions, right, on MetaTrader, right? And honestly, that caught my eye. And honestly, after that, before that, I had been trying network marketing, real estate, drop shipping, Instagram theme pages. That was my little side hustle that I kind of did succeed on, so that's my favorite. You could have started any other business, right? So before you get into this space, think about it. Is this really your passion or are you just doing it for the trend, right? Yes, funded capital versus your personal capital is different, right? It's managed different. There's different rules, right? Funded capital, right? There's rules. You can only lose a certain amount, right? You gotta have more consistency, right? Live capital, you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? Until you have no money in the bank account, right? So which one? Honestly, the reason I myself went the funded route, because there's more rules. It forced me to be more consistent, forced me to follow rules, right? So there's that. Live capital, I'm starting right now. As of today, I'm funding my first live account with 500 bucks and turning that shares to as much as I can by the end of the year. But it is a long-term plan, right? So we'll see how that goes. Will you put pressure on trading to pay your bills, right? I made a mistake in the past, right? Where I was putting a lot of pressure because I just wanted to quit my past job, right? I wanted to pay my bills. I wanted to support me and I wanted to support me financially, my family, right? My loved ones financially, right? I was putting this pressure that I blew so many fucking accounts. I forgot how many of them. I did my taxes a bit ago, and honestly, I spent a good 55,000 just to make this shit happen and get to the level I'm at, right? So don't put pressure. That's all I can say on trading. This is the business. You can come here and you're not gonna make money overnight. Okay, just get this straight. Right now, understanding the prop firm space, it's a little weird, right? A lot of companies are going down. These people are not paying out this and that, right? Right now, there's many firms, so you honestly got to go with the legit ones. FTMO, Funding X, Funding Pips, Alpha Capital, right? Those are the main four right now that I can think on top of my head. The other ones are like smaller, but they're still paying out. They're doing a good job. One of the ones I like is Bright Funded. I'm on my phase two right now, but once I get my first withdrawal, oh, it'll be on Instagram, right? You got to understand the rules with each company. Each company is different. Each company has their own consistency rules, their profit targets, their maximum loss, the kind of daily loss they have, right? Their kind of leverage, right? Um, you gotta understand all of them, right? Timing, right? Let me talk about timing just a little bit, right? Are you doing it at a good time in your life? Can you afford it? Can you afford these what 300, $400,000 challenges, right? If you can't, get a side hustle, get a second job, right? Make this happen. Lower your expenses, right? Try to invest as much money as you can into this skill, right? Because it's gonna pay off, right? So invest in this. Cut out, stop going out on the fucking weekends, right? Stop getting distracted, honestly, and get two jobs and make this shit happen, right? All these prop firms right now have different prices, right? Some of them refund you, some they don't once you're funded. Um, Understand that once you put your money in, if you fail it, it's gone. If you pass it, there's a chance you're gonna make some profit. There's a chance, right? It's not guaranteed, right? Like I said, 99% of traders lose, so the odds are not in our favor, right? So you got to be different, right? The goal for these companies is for us to lose. They want us to lose so they can keep our money, become rich themselves, whatever, right? But they are providing a great opportunity for us to have a certain amount of capital, right? And growers are trading business out of this, right? I don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? With these firms, but I do recommend that if you plan on buying like a 100K account, diversify and get 425Ks in different companies. One in Funny Pips, one in FTMO, one in Bright Funded, one in My Funded Effects, four different, You know what they say, don't put your eggs all in one basket, they say, right? So diversify as much as you can, or get to 50Ks. Same thing, just diversify, okay? Second, do you have a strategy? Do you, right? How many trades do you plan on taking a week? What's your risk management plan, right? What's your risk to reward? What time frames are you looking at, right? What kind of confluences are you waiting to happen before you take a trade? Are you a swing trader, a day trader, a scalper? What are you, right? Have you answered these questions before you get into this profit space, right? I recommend 2 to 3 trades a week. Risk management, oh, in when phase one, phase two, and the challenges, risk 1% of your capital, right? 2% if the trade is super solid, super good, and it has all your confluences, but you're only going to risk 2% one time in a week, right? Because that's basically taking what, 2 trades in a week adds up to 2 trades, right? 1 plus 1. Your risk to reward, I always try to do a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 minimum. Never a 1 to 1. I don't think it's worth the risk, right? 1 to 3 and above. Time frames. What kind of time frames were you looking at? I am a swing trader. I look at the monthly, weekly, daily, and 4 hour. That's it. Those 4 time frames. I do look at the 1 hour to scale in the second percentage to let my winners run. I add to my winners. I never add to my losers, right? What kind of life do you have for you to be a certain type of trader? Are you a swing trader where you can basically just take 1 trade a week and you're solid? Do you have enough time? Does your job let you, trade from trade London session, trade New York session, all these sessions? Do you have what kind of like, do you just plan on trading the 1 hour, the 2 hour, 15 minute, right? Or do you just want to be in the markets for an hour, trade a 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, right? Be a scalper. Fuck that. That's too much pressure on me. I don't recommend it. I recommend you going from swing trading and then slowly, because scalpers, you have more realistically, you can't, your risk management has to be different if you're a scalper, right? You gotta risk like 0.25% of per trade. I myself, I'm a swing trader, so I risk 1% per trade. So it's a little different, right? Third one, risk management. This is what's gonna keep you in the game long term. I've had an account from January all the way to June. That's my longest funded account that I've kept, without blowing it. 6 months. Cool. Shows a lot of skill, right? Risk 1%. Always add to your winners. Cut your losses short, right? And I always have a 1 to 3 risk to reward minimum, right? Add to your winners, right? A lot of traders get this shit wrong. They add to the losers and hope price will come back and go the direction and they can make up for those losses, right? No, we're different. You read this in books, read this in social media. Add to your winners, right? But don't add until you're 1% up on that trade and then add the other trade. And once that 1% trade is up 1% basically, put your stops at break even, add the other trade, and this one is risk free. And now you got the other one going. Cool. Now you got 2 trades going the same direction, double the profit. Cool. Your losses should be 1% every time. Every time. If you lose more than 3-4%, you're fucking emotional and you're over trading. Don't do that. You gotta have a 1 to 3 risk to reward minimum for this shit to make sense. If you have a 1 to 1, come up with some kind of strategy that goes around it, right? Um, let's see. I put this quote right here. 90% of any great trader is going to be risk control. Gotta control your risk to stay in the game. Okay, simple as that. This one, trade less. I said in the beginning, 2 trades per week. That's it, right? You're gonna take 2 positions in a week, and that's it. Why would you do, why would you take 5 trading decisions in 1 week? That's stupid. If you lose all 5, boom, half of your capital is gone, right? This next one, cut off social media. Sorry. Stop comparing yourself to people online, right? I did this myself and I fucked up bad. I fucked up bad, honestly. I compared myself like really, really like a lot. And I try to make these profits that all these people were making and trying to compare myself and trying to be at their level. And slowly I'm getting there, but in a different way. So cut it off, right? And focus on your shit. So what I recommend is getting off Instagram, getting off Twitter. Twitter's toxic, and just focus on the skill. Okay. 99% of shit on social media is fake, to be honest. It's all distraction, right? People are they're so glued to this. They're so glued to it. Why? Why are people unhappy? Why are people fat? Why are they not being productive? Why haven't they reached their goals, right? There's so many people in the world, and only certain people like you watching, we're different, so what makes us different, right? Why do we use social media for a benefit instead of some kind of liability, right? And remember, this is a solo sport. It's you against you, nothing else, right? The results of this guru will not affect mine, right? He will not make profits for me. I got to trade myself, my capital. I got to make my own decisions. This is all me. Okay. Read books. Read books, 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 books. That's the best thing I can say, right? This book's one of the best ones. I recommend it. Boom. The Forex Mindset, right? Really great book. It's on Amazon, whatever, right? It's a really great book to understand all this shit and what people think certain way, right? Sorry, gotta look nice there a little bit. Okay. Read books. That's all I gotta say, right? That's gonna help you a lot and help you trade like the professional traders and the big traders that trade millions, right? Don't look at social media. It's solid. Number 5, psychology. Psychology, right? Everyone talks about psychology. What is it about psychology? I've came to realize that psychology is basically, yeah, you not doing stupid shit, right? That's all psychology is. Holding yourself back from doing stupid traits. And that's it, right? We as humans, we're greedy, right? We hate to miss out, right? We get all these emotions, right? There's this one quote that I want you to keep, right? Every time you're feeling emotional during a trade, that means you didn't follow your plan, right? Emotions are a signal you did something wrong. That's it. If you have great risk management, if you got everything on plan, trust me, everything's gonna pay out, right? And you're not gonna have these crazy emotions like I felt in the past. Again, everyone has felt, right? In order to help this, you need to read books, read podcasts. I mean, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks. Those help a lot. Audible, cool. Listen to what the successful traders say, right? They say trade less, risk management, be patient, don't put pressure on your trading. All this shit that we forget, right? In the moment, right? A lot of people forget that less is more. And it's so true. I've seen so many people take 4 trades a week, and I'm like, huh? And they lost all 4 and their capital is almost gone. Never understood it. And trust me, I used to trade, I had a rule where I would risk 3 trades, 3% per week. So I cut it down to 2, and honestly, I've seen more results, better results. Everything's great. Always do, this one. Use the test stats that these firms, put out, and do the opposite of what 99% of us are doing. If people are scalping, swing trade. If people are having a 1-to-1, have a 1-to-3, right? Always do the opposite, okay? There's this quote also that says, most people have this analogy wrong. You gotta hope for your winners to go, for your trades to go to profit, and you gotta have fear every time you're in a loss, right? But you gotta have your stop loss, right? A lot of people have this quote flipped. A lot of people fear that their trade is gonna hit their profit target, and they're gonna cut their basically their wins shorter, right? And think about this. When you started, you used to hope that trades would go your direction, right? You're like praying and hoping that trades would go your direction, right? You're hoping. You cannot hope. You gotta have fear, and I cut it out, right? So don't have hope for losers and stop adding to your losers. Okay, add to your winners. That's all I can say. And in order to help with all this distraction, all this pressure, and all this everything in your life, keep yourself busy. Learn a skill, right? Work out, right? Learn how to fight, read books, listen to audios, get some sun, go to the park, go for a walk, right? Spend time with your family, right? The best traders honestly spend like an hour a day in the charts, and others they they stay stuck in the charts for a long time. And honestly, it's not the way to go. Okay. Have a long-term vision, right? Long-term vision. This is a business, okay? And it took me a while to understand this shit, to be honest. Have patience, have patience, I'm telling you. And by patience, I mean you gotta wait for your setup, right? You gotta wait for the daily to meet with the 4 hour and the 4 hour to meet with the time frames to align, the same direction, right? Sorry. Okay. Think in years, not in days. This is a great thing to help me. When I was about to blow my other account, I started thinking, I'm like, okay, if I pass this by the next year, I'll be happy. I'll be happy if I pass it from June to December. That's 6 months. That's a lot of time. Okay, I'm gonna take my time, little by little, and boom, shit happened. Got my first payout with that company, that certain company. Shit was good, right? Think of the next 100 trades. Don't judge yourself on this like tomorrow's trade, right? Just because tomorrow's trade went to the loss, like don't put too much pressure on yourself, okay? Think of 100 trades. Win, 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 loss, win, 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 loss, win, win. You get me? You gotta think long term, okay? Think how worth it'll be once you start making those results, right? Once you start having those results. Your kids will be happy for you, your family will be happy for you. You're gonna be different. You're gonna see levels none of our family has ever seen, right? You're gonna see numbers our family has never seen. If you came across this industry, haven't given up, it's for a reason. So you got this. It's a 1% gain per day. On take every day at a time. 1% a day. That's it. Try to become 1% better every day. That's all I can say. That's it. Honestly. Um, let's see. Let's go over some. I wanted to go over some firms, right? So honestly, the way you gotta approach these with everything that I just said, in phase one is 1% till you get to 10%, right? Or 8%, right? Don't risk more than that. Stop over trading. If you just follow what I said, risk 1% per trade, right? Think long term. And even if it takes you 2 months to pass these phase one, great. Phase two may take you 1 month or 2 months, but you're gonna be so thankful, right? That you did this, that you made it happen, basically, right? Once you're funded, you can make 1% in 100K. That's $1,000. How much would $1,000 extra would? How much would that benefit your life right now? A lot. You know, a lot of people can barely make 2,000 a month, working a 9 to 5, right? Hustling their ass off, and they can be replaced. Honestly, it's crazy. I Once I got my first last year when I got my first payout, I saw a paycheck different. A paycheck did not hit the same ever since then, honestly. A paycheck is just, I hate being worth a certain amount of money for a company, right? I feel like I'm different and I deserve to be worth way more, right? My time is really valuable. I've put so much into my self-development, my trading, right? I'm not the same person I was 3 years ago, right? So why would a company, say I'm worth $18 an hour, right? So make this a long-term game, right? Don't try to pass it in 2 days, right? Take your time with it, all right? And trust me, think about it. 200K account, 1% of that's 2K. You do the math, start passing more challenges, start adding to your capital. 1% of 1 mil is 10K, boom. Quit your job, live life, save, right? And realistically, banks, credit unions, they're gonna give you 5% on any savings you got in your account. If you can make more than 5% in a year, you're better than the banks. Remember that. It took me a bit to understand this analogy. I'm better than the banks. I give myself better returns than the banks will give me. Okay. So invest in yourself, get some mentorship, get some books, all right? Start messing up so you can learn. Because honestly, without these losses or trauma, you won't grow as a trader. So, but here's a little guide, just to help you out. All right. So, all right, traders, we'll see you next time.